Were you even listening? No. I waited for your go ahead, but you were still on to everything and nothing. Oh, your head stuck in another land, making all these other plans. I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying to break you out of your own mind. I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying, I'm trying. Let's go back to being 17 before.
All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir.
I know you've been wondering, is this what I really wanted? I didn't think so. No, I didn't think so.
What's up?
I'm a little
How's everybody doing?
no.
How's everybody doing? Long time no see.
Break and make you fall.
Been a while. Yeah, new phone. Who dis? What's going on, Mag? Thanks for the host. Appreciate that. Yeah, it has been a while. Has been quite a while. Yeah, how you been? What's new? 312 hours till milestone? What's your milestone? What's your milestone?
17 before we lost it. I know you
That one's empty. I need some more blood for my alcohol stream. Hang on. Your milestone? Do I have a milestone? What's my milestone? Top right. Yep, still have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, are you talking about my next follower goal? Is that right? Yeah, we're gonna delete that anyway. We're gonna delete that anyway. You won't be able to get your 4+ hours of stream. I have to head to bed soon for school. That's all right, man. That's all right. We'll be back. We'll be back. This is just the first of many streams to come. Let's see here. I need to go over to Streamlabs, right? Hang on. Yeah, follower goals. That's something we're getting rid of, actually. Let's see here. That's something we're getting rid of. Checking your browser before. What? Okay, hang on. Let's see here. Let's see. It's been a little while since I've been in this thing. Let's see. Goals. Here we go. Follower goal. Let's go ahead and end that. And we probably won't see that again. Because, you know, we're not worried about followers anymore. Screw that. Screw that. I'm not worried about followers anymore. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to hang out with you guys. Stream for fun. Stream for fun. No more counting numbers. Who cares? Let's see here. All right, so yeah, let's see. What am I doing tonight? What I'm doing tonight is hey there, Kawi. Is it Kawi Potato? How you doing? Kind of like Hawaii, except Kawi. Are you from Hawaii? Hawaii's a beautiful state. Yeah, so working on an old build, kind of getting it a little bit updated here. I don't know how familiar you guys are with Aquarius, which is the name of this build. I did this build 8 years ago. on the 360. It's been featured on the internet quite a number of times. And the old blocks were these steel blocks. And I'm replacing it with these blocks of quartz. So it look a little bit better. As you can see, I've already done the upper side. I've replaced some glowstone with some new sea lanterns. I've done that with all the surrounding lights. And I've also replaced a lot of the solid stone blocks with white concrete. It took DB an impressive 3 minutes to murder a name. Kawaii? That's what I said, didn't I say kawaii? Do I remember you baking? Yes, I remember you baking. How you doing? I'm really good about butchering names. That's nothing new. I can butcher them real good. Doing good, man. Doing good. Doing much better now that the back isn't like excruciating. I'm actually feeling pretty pain-free tonight, which is a good thing. It's taken long enough for my back to recover, which basically made me a grouchy old cuss for quite a while. Zonated Wall, you gotta buy me dinner first. Gotta buy me dinner first. Alright, let's see here. Okay, over a month. You've been following for a month and 17 days. Yeah, that's about the last time I streamed, wasn't it? Zonated, like I said, you gotta buy me dinner first. Gotta buy me dinner first, man. I'm not saying no. It's like you gotta work for it. You know what I mean? Well, that's kind of a deal breaker, ain't it? That's kind of a deal breaker. You thought you'd just been missing them all? No, I haven't been here. I tore up my back about a month ago, and I haven't been streaming because of that. I have not streamed in I don't know how long. It's been at least a month, though, I imagine. Yeah, well, you know, these things happen. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine now. Back's all better. It's one of the things about being a tall guy is it's really, really easy to mess up your back. It's a common issue among tall people. Back issues. Very common. Yeah, it happens. It definitely happens. The taller you are, the more chances are you got lower back pain. Pretty much anybody over, I guess, maybe, what's considered tall? 5'11"? Is 5'11" considered tall? I'm well over 6 foot, so. I'm well over 6 foot, and I can guarantee you, my brother's like, he's like 6'4" or something like that, and he has all kinds of back issues. Happy to not be that tall, just wreck my back slumping in chairs. Yeah, that'll do it too. Bad posture will definitely do it. But yeah, it's like ordinary little things that you know, you wouldn't think you'd mess up your back doing. Forget it. Forget it. You just turn around wrong sometimes and mess up your back. Now, there's a legitimate reason why I messed up my back. I just can't talk about it because of terms of service. But yeah, these things happen. These things happen. What can you do? Let's see here. Let's go ahead and place these real quick. Spent $100 for 2 months ago. I got a footrest for chair, no back problems. There you go. That's the thing to do, man. That's the thing to do. I tell you, if my back wasn't getting much better, I was going to pull out the old hammock and sleep in that for a while. A nice little Brazilian hammock that's really good for back problems. I did a lot of research about back issues a long time ago. It's like, what's the major cause of most people's back problems. It's like beds. Beds are like one of the main things that screw up people's backs because they're not ergonomic at all. Beds are the worst thing you can do to your back. And I found out that people in Brazil have the least back problems, and the reason is because they sleep in hammocks. You put your feet up. I have less pain sitting down now. There you go. There you go. But yeah, Brazilian hammocks, man, they're like super awesome. They're not the ones with the bars at the ends, you know. They're not like net hammocks or anything like that. They're like more like Navy hammocks, you know. And so I bought a big extra large Brazilian hammock some years ago and a stand for it to go in so I can put it anywhere in the house. And that thing's amazing to sleep in. It's better than a Posturepedic. It's much better than that. You sleep like a baby. It's like you don't have any pressure points in a hammock. Because pressure points is what do it. Yeah. Well, you know, as long as you don't get like a traditional backyard type hammock, and you actually get a Brazilian hammock, they're actually very easy to get out of. Oh yeah, it's much better than a mattress. See, the problem with mattresses is they're flat. They're flat. No matter how soft or form-fitting a mattress is, it's still the wrong shape for your body. Because let's face it, human bodies are curvy, you know. So anything that has a curve to it is a pressure point. So your hips are a pressure point, parts of your back are a pressure point. And the nice thing about a hammock is it actually conforms to your entire body. So there's zero pressure points. It's almost like floating in water. And the Brazilians figured this out years ago. And like I said, the majority of the population of Brazil, they've slept in hammocks for hundreds of years, you know. And they have the least back problems of anybody in the world. So, yeah, after I did that research, I was like, well, heck, I'm going to buy a hammock, try it out. Why not, you know? So I bought a Brazilian hammock off Amazon and a stand, and I've been happy ever since when I sleep in the hammock. If I don't sleep in the hammock, which I haven't done in a while, then I start having back issues. Yeah, they're pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. I'll tell you what, I'll post a picture of the one I got on Amazon. I think they still sell the same one I got. It's not expensive. And it's basically made the same way they make camping hammocks, except mine's like it's like a canvas type material instead of parachute material like the camping hammocks. You know, they're all parachute material, which is real slick. Brazilian hammocks are more like canvas. And they make some really decorative ones too. They make ones with tassels and everything. They make really fancy ones, but the one I've got is pretty basic. It's just basic white hammock. It's really nice. Knock the music down, Tad? Yeah, I can do that. I never can tell how loud the music is because it's not as loud to me as it is to you guys. How's that? Is that a little better? So, yeah. Hammock is funny as that sounds, man. It's like, you know, a whole country sleeps in one, so it actually works really well. Is that better? Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Yeah, it's the most comfortable sleep I ever get is in that hammock. Alright. Yeah, it's just a matter of placing all these blocks. Updating this. I updated quite a bit of stuff. I've got a what do you call it, a beacon in this thing now too, which is pretty cool. Goes up all the way to the sky now, which is a new addition to this whole thing. And I added a few more lights that I didn't have before. I didn't have these lights before. Slowly getting this whole thing replaced. Yeah, it just looks better. See, when I built this thing, I built it on the 360, and we didn't have quartz blocks back then. We didn't have sea lanterns back then either. And that was 8 years ago when Minecraft first came out. It's when I built this. It's one of my early creative builds. And people have probably seen a lot of pictures of it over the years. It's definitely been featured on the internet a few times. But yeah, it's looking kind of dated, you know. It's like there's all these new blocks that I would have used if I built this the first time, if I'd had them back then. So it's like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to update this thing. Why not? Why not? All right. Let's see, where was it? Oh yeah, we're down here, aren't we? We're down here. So yeah, a little update on this. And who knows, I might update some other builds too. I work on the castle some more. You never can tell. I've been kind of feeling like getting into a new creative build, but I haven't quite decided what I want to build yet, because usually they're long-term projects. You know, some of these builds can take months and months and months. This build didn't take me that long. I probably worked on this for maybe a couple of weeks originally. Maybe a couple of weeks originally. Didn't take me too long. Yeah, sometimes, but it's supposed to be a fairly flat texture anyway. And you can see the lines on the, see the thing is I don't want to see the lines. And with that, it's a little bit more reserved. The new iron texture block is not what the old one was anyway. See, the old iron texture block was a little more muted like this is with the quartz, so. What about white concrete? Well, the thing about white concrete is there's absolutely no lines whatsoever. This is white concrete right here. And that's what I'm using for the supports, for the outer ring, I guess you'd call it. So yeah, I'm using white concrete, but I'm using it out here. And I'm also updated this quite a bit. This is basically a futuristic track of some kind, or transport system of some type from the central hub. And I will probably build some more stuff out radiating from the center area eventually. Yeah. So yeah, the white concrete, yeah, it really has no texture to it at all. It's pretty much it's pretty flat, which is why I'm using it out here. But I didn't want to do that. I thought about doing that at first when I started updating this. I actually did one of these little sections in white concrete, and I was like, yeah, it's a little too flat. It's like I need something with a little bit of texture, and finally decided on the quartz. So because basically, if I don't like the way it looks, it gets changed. I'm a little finicky about my builds. A little finicky about my builds. Cheech channel has reached level 15 on squirtbot.com. Well, that's good to know. I don't know what that means, but okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be removing follow notifications altogether. I've been thinking about it. It's like I've been thinking about having like a generic follow notification. It's like maybe just remove the whole thing where it mentions who followed. Been thinking about that because the follows are becoming less and less important to me these days. It's like I've had a lot of follows. We've done it for an out patio before, and it was really cool. Cool. Bone blocks on its side. Yeah, it might be something to consider. I don't think I've built anything with bone block yet. Might have to play around with that one and see what I think. Guess you're gonna unfollow me now? Why? You've already followed me. You've already followed me. It's like even if you followed me again, you wouldn't get a notification about it. Now, you'd still be able to do the command. You'd still be able to see when you followed, but it just wouldn't announce when people follow. It would say somebody followed, but it wouldn't say specifically who followed. Yeah, I'm thinking about that for several different reasons. Mainly it's because we've had people who have come in, followed just to troll, and then they unfollow. It's like they want to hear their name shouted out, but they're not actually here to follow. They're just here to troll. Then it's like, I'm thinking, it's like, is it really important? Is it really important for me to say anybody's name? You stop reading names? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. And since I save all the streams, it's like, do I really want to have those on video either? Yeah, there's all those lovely people that host multiple times that they don't get recognized the first time. Yeah. Or they'll get real upset and like, say my name. So I'm thinking about maybe just not saying anybody's.
Have been alerted to your presence, sir.
Maybe I'm thinking about just saying, well, thank you for the host, like that. You know? But not actually shouting out the person's name. Now, in cases where people have been, like, here for a while, and I've gotten to know them, they've gotten to know me, and all that kind of good stuff, maybe I'll, say people's names for that, of course. It's like, hey, Norpeak, Bacon Norpeak, welcome back. It's good to see you again, that sort of thing, But if somebody comes in fresh and just follows or just hosts right off the bat, because I have people that host before they even follow, just to see their name twice. And it's like, what's the point in that? So I'm thinking maybe just remove that temptation. And then we just have the regulars, People have been here a while, talk to them. Because although it's nice to get new viewers, it's nice to get new regulars. When they first get here, they're not regulars, are they? Yeah. And for me, I'm not looking for partnership or anything, so I don't really care about followers, I don't care if I have 4 followers. I don't care if I have 1,000 followers, or whatever I'm up to now. I don't even know. I can't see my numbers right now. I have them covered up. So yeah, that's become less important to me now. So, well, see, there you go. You just spoiled it. I had no idea how many there were. So yeah, apparently I've got 4,699 followers now. So there you go. Is that number? I don't care if that number goes up or not. Really, it's not important to me anymore. Not important to me anymore. It's not this, as time's gone by, it's like, yeah, you know what? I've kind of learned that how many people follow you is not so important as having regulars, people that hang out on a regular basis. Far more important. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not in the numbers game. I don't care about that anymore. All right, let's see here. I probably screwed this up, didn't I? 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. All right, let's see what we got over here. We've got 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. Does that sound right? Yeah, it should be right. 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. Yep. All right, yeah, we got it right now. So yeah, that's like I said, that's becoming more important to me. Regulars are more important. And
All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir.
Thank you for the host. Generic person. I appreciate the host. But, yeah, I don't know who that is. It's not my name. I don't know who that is. I don't know who you're referring to by that name. Let's see. This is my second beer tonight, so let's see here. Drinking the old Rolling Rock tonight. Your numbers skyrocketed when I started Minecraft, but I stopped paying attention. 99% follow. They see the time needed, and you never see them again. I care about that 1%. There you go. Yeah, see, that's what I'm starting to care about too. I'm starting to care about the people that stick around or come back or hang out. You know, not just because they're getting something out of it, but you know, hopefully everybody gets something out of watching the stream. But and thank you for the follow. But yeah, you know, so I've been thinking about how can I change things up a little bit. You know. I gotta change things up a bit. And it's like, get rid of the follower goal first off, because I don't care about follows anymore. It's like, followers are okay. Once you reach, you know, certain numbers, you stop caring anymore about the follows. It's all about how many people are watching the stream. So, yeah, I'm going to be that guy that doesn't care about partnership. I'm going to be that guy. I don't care. Leaves. Don't leave me, Meg. You'll never leave. You're addicted to me. So, anyway. Yeah, we're going to start diversifying a little bit from Minecraft, too. I got all these other games I got to play. I keep saying I'm going to play them, and I haven't got around to it yet. So we're going to start delving into some of those. Going to design me a logo? Sure. If it's good enough, I'll use it. Somewhere. May not use it on the stream, but I might use it on Twitter or something. I'm not good with logo designs anyway. I'm really bad at logo designs. It's like, that's why my logo pretty much everywhere is basically what was going to be my book cover if I ever actually finish it for Minecraft, How to Build Creatively by Diamondback 662. If I ever actually finish that book, that was going to be the cover. But in the meantime, I use it pretty much everywhere else. That's what I designed it for, as a book cover. It's got 4 of my builds on it. So yeah, I will definitely accept free logos. Got to put some effort into it though. All right, you are? Okay, cool. I'll spend a whole 5 minutes on it, I swear. Alright. Make sure I haven't screwed up my numbers anywhere. Alright. So yeah, chances are I'll probably change out the follower message. We'll still have a follower message when somebody follows. It just won't specifically say who. It'll say in chat, it just won't say in the stream video. Is what I'm thinking. Same thing with hosts. If it's a regular, you know, hosting, I'll shout them out. But if it's somebody we've never seen before, well, I'll just say thanks for the host and leave it at that. Might cut down on people that are abusing the shout-outs a little bit. I realize some people only follow and only host to get shout-outs, so back into streaming? You've been gone from it for a while. Did you have back problems too? I can tell when I haven't been doing it in a while. Nope. just haven't done it in a while. There's people that just disappear for long periods of time. It's like you wonder what happened to them. I try to keep everybody informed on Twitter when I'm gonna be off for a while. It's like, yeah, I've hurt myself or I'm sick or whatever, you know. And in this case, I screwed up my back, which is feeling much better now. It's been 3 weeks since you hit that button. You haven't streamed in a while, Mag? It's been keeping you away. Yeah, I had to get back in the right frame of mind to stream too. It's like I almost hit the stream button a couple of times, like last week, and it's like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Really not feeling it. Nice to have 2 screens, yeah. And I used to try 4 sometimes. It's really good with 4. That's what I've got right now. I've got 4. Yeah, you don't feel it. Yeah, I know. I had to get in the right frame of mind for a while. It's like, yeah, I just don't really feel like. It's like anybody trolls, I'm just gonna like tear their head off, you know. I gotta get in the right frame of mind where I'm not gonna break terms of service in one way or another. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I really feel. I almost tweeted that tonight too. I was almost like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like I'm probably gonna stream tonight because you know, it's like sometimes I'd wake up in the morning. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna stream tonight. You know, I'm gonna do it tonight. It's like I'm feeling it, but by the time I get home in the night, I'm just like, I'm all pissed off. My back's hurting me. And it's like, if I stream right now, I'm gonna cuss somebody out. Yeah, this is one of my early builds from 360 days. I'm doing a little updating on it. I've actually done quite a bit of updating. I've already rebuilt all of this. All of this is rebuilt. And these have been updated. All that used to be glowstone. This used to be solid stone. Now it's white concrete. I've replaced some of the white glass with blue glass. And I've redone the water with some sea lanterns. Redone the sea lanterns in the main structure. And I'm currently working on replacing the iron blocks with, what is it, chisel? It's not chisel quartz, block quartz. Yeah. This is Aquarius. This map's called Aquarius because there's so much water. This map I actually back at the 360 days used to have a lot of famous maps, and this was a map that is supposedly 99% ocean. I don't know if this one is, since it's been converted now, but yeah, I can already see land. On the 360, if you went out this way, it was just nothing but ocean. Ocean everywhere you went. And yeah, I can see that it's been converted to the Better Together update, and there's quite a bit more land. But from the PC version of Minecraft and to the 360, as big as the 360 map was, it was all ocean, other than a little bit of land right here, which I've expanded out. And that little bit of land right there, which is a mushroom biome. And that was it. There wasn't any other land on the map. So yeah, I named the map Aquarius for the water. So and there you have it. Since it was 99.9% water, it got named Aquarius, and so the build's called Aquarius. But yeah, it's an 8-year-old build. Needed some updating. I've popped in it a couple of times and shown it off, but since I've converted it, but I've never actually done any more work on it. So And I got to looking at it the other day, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I need to update that thing. You're making a simple logo? Make a complex logo. Otherwise, I want something busy. Something really busy for a logo. I'm really lousy at logos. It's like I don't even know what I want in a logo, to be honest. So I need to get somebody that's a really good artist to eventually do like a page for me or something. Because I'm very simple designs when it comes to graphic art. It's like I could never design my own logo. Simple is what I would do. Simple logos. And what up with you, Minecraft Miata? There you go. I've thought about doing a car. You know, I did a bus. I thought about at one point doing one of my favorite cars, which is Ferrari. Thought about doing a Ferrari a few times because I know there's some that nobody's ever built in Minecraft, like 308. I've never seen a Minecraft 308. I've never seen a Dino. And what's that really expensive, like $3 million Ferrari now? It's from the 60s. Don't listen, Mazda. He still loves you. Yeah. I know, right? I would totally do some Miatas, but if I'm gonna do some cars, I want to do some of my true loves first. I'll do some of my true loves first. What's wrong with a simple logo? Nothing's wrong with a simple logo. It's just like if I wanted a simple logo, I could do a simple logo myself. I need something a little more complex. Something I can't do, you know? This is what I'm saying. Complex logo, like maybe an artistic drawing of me in it or something. See, I need like somebody like 7 of 7 to do like a drawing. Air horn. Just got back home from test driving my new 1956 Field Fair for two-door hardtop. I have no idea what that car is. What is a Field Fair? What country makes that? I have no idea. Button got removed. I'm not an expert when it comes to old cars. I know a few of them, but Buick Special. Let's see. Did I ever have a Buick? No, I had a Pontiac. That's what I had. I had a Pontiac Bonneville. Yeah, I had a Pontiac Bonneville. That was a pretty schmancy car. It's fast, too. What year was it? Oh, God, I don't even remember now. I don't even remember now. It was quick. It had a V8 in it. I can remember that. Now the Bel Air I had a Chevy Bel Air that was a 19. What year was that? 1968 Chevy Bel Air. And I had the big engine in that one. Forget what that was. It was like what was that, 400 and something horsepower engine in that? That was a quick car. Nice. Yes, my brother wanted that engine when I got rid of the car. He took it. I think it's still sitting in his garage. He took the engine out of the car. I don't know what he did with the engine, to be honest. I haven't asked him about it in years. He's like, yeah, I gotta have that engine. You can't buy that. He's like, those engines are like gold. I was like, okay. Bonneville came out in the 60s and 70s. No, it wasn't that old. Mine was like an 80 something, I think. My Bonneville was like, what year was it? It might have even been a 90 something. I honestly don't remember. I mean, if I saw a picture of it, I'd know it, but I don't know that much about Bonnevilles to tell you. It was a very fast car, though, and had electronic everything on it. Which is one of the reasons I got rid of it, is because everything electronic kept going out on it. But it was a quick car. Yes, the HD textures, I know. It's like they're taking their time on that stuff, man. I don't know what the deal is. It's like I'm starting to wonder if that's just one of those pipe dreams we had that's never going to actually happen. It's like, oh yeah, eventually you're going to be like, yeah, if you want to play with the HD textures, you're going to have to get a PC and play it on that. Yeah, it's been over a year now. It's like, come on, Microsoft. Mojang or whoever the heck's causing the delay. I don't know what the deal is. I thought they'd be getting pretty close by now, but I guess not. I think when they start getting close, they'll start talking about it again, but who knows? Kind of irritating that. Kind of irritating they haven't got it done though. Yeah, what can you do? All right, let's see. Let's work around this one. Lightning. I could turn off the weather, but I think it's kind of fun. Not really so much of an issue in creative. All right. Get some. All right. But yeah, Super Duper Graphics Pack, man. It's like I thought we'd be playing with that by now. It's like, nope. It's like I've been putting off my next big major creative build until we get the Super Duper Graphics Pack, but it's like I've been kind of itching to do some creative, and that's been kind of one of the things that's been kind of holding me off on it a little bit. Just waiting for those new graphics to come out, because, you know, I don't want to get started on something and then everything looks different and be like, well, I gotta change everything I just did because of the new Super Duper Graphics Pack. So I don't know. Having fun with all the bugs. Aquatic update. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. In fact, I had an update for the thing tonight, which I had two updates when I turned on the Xbox tonight. There was a system update, and then there was a Minecraft update. You like the Pontiac Trans Am? Yeah. I've never been a big fan of the Trans Am, to be honest. Mainly because back in the 70s, everybody I knew that had a Trans Am was a douchebag. I mean, everybody has a douchebag that I knew back in the 70s. It's like the guy that lived down the street had a Trans Am, he was a douchebag. Everybody I knew in school that drove Trans Am was a douchebag. My brother's friends that drove Trans Ams were douchebags. It's like, yeah, I never liked anybody that drove a Trans Am, so I guess I just never was a big fan of the car because of that. Of course, I never really appreciated the Corvette until a friend of mine bought one. He bought his in the 90s because everybody I knew that had a Corvette up till then was pretty much a douchebag too. I always made fun of him having a Barbie car. Every time he pulled up in that, I'd be like, it's a Barbie world, and I'm a Barbie girl. How's that Barbie wagon working out for you? He's like, shut up, DP. He finally sold that car, though. All right, what do we got? 23222 All right, let's see here. 23222 Okay, cool. Let's make sure. 1 2 1 1. Okay, yeah, cool. Your sister had the Barbie Stingray Power Wheels cars. Yeah, see, that's what it was. All the girls when I was growing up had the Barbie Corvette, you know, for the Barbies. It's always associated with the Corvette with the Barbies, you know. So there were some nice Corvettes, though. I like some of the Corvettes from the 60s are the ones I kind of dig. What was the one Stingray they had with the split back window? That was a cool car. That was a pretty cool car. But yeah, when I think of the 70s style, the style they adopted in the 70s, I think of the Barbie Corvette. That's when they started making the Corvette for Barbie, pink. Yeah, it was one of those early Corvette Stingrays, one of the early ones that came out within the 60s, I think. Had the split back window. It was a very, very cool car. I have seen a few of those in real life. They're very, very expensive now. Nice car. Corvette guys will know what that is. 68 Corvette Stingray? Yeah, it might have been. I don't know when they started making the split back window, but they're very, very cool looking cars. I prefer my old cars to have a lot of chrome on them. Of course, I like the, when it comes to little cars, I kind of like the old MGs that had a lot of chrome on them, the early 60s MGs. Oh man, I was about tempted to go up and buy one of those one time. Some car dealership up north. Oh, I'd had to go up a good 200 miles to get to it, but they had a refurbished, I forget what it was, maybe a 65 MG or something like that, convertible. Chrome bumpers, chrome headlights, big round chrome headlights, and beautiful leather interior on that thing. Wood inlaid dash, and they had that thing for sale for like, what are they selling it for? Like $15,000, I think it was at the time. Probably 3 times what it was worth when it was brand new, but man, it looked beautiful. Fully restored. Even the engine looked beautiful in it. They had all kinds of pictures of it, and they kept it in the showroom. Kept it inside in the showroom. It had it rebuilt. I guess they were looking to get rid of it or something. They had it for sale, and I was like very, very tempted to go up and make an offer on that car. It was a beautiful car, but I didn't do it. Didn't do it. It was bright red too. Fire engine red. Where was the sale? Oh, I couldn't tell you now. It was too many years ago. Couldn't tell you where it was now. It was up north somewhere. goes, you got one? You got an MG? Did you buy it from a dealership? Look at that lightning just struck right there. Where'd you buy it? To have chrome bumpers and big chrome headlights and tan leather interior, bright red, wood inlaid dash. It was a beautiful car. I think the key was in the dashboard. That's where the key went into the dash, didn't go into the steering wheel column. Yeah. It's a beautiful car. That is it. Do you remember where you bought it from? I always liked the MGs. Beautiful cars. Alright, we've been kind of working down. I guess I skipped an area. I'll have to post some pictures of it. No, it's been to Ego. What? I have no idea what you just said there. Oh, been too long ago. Oh. Yeah, I actually rode an MG a long time ago. It was a 70s MG though. It didn't have the chrome. They got rid of the chrome in the 70s, and I think that's one of the reasons MGs lost popularity, is they weren't as pretty. They had those ugly black bumpers on them in the 70s, and it just killed the look of the MG. MGs needed wire wheels and chrome and all that good stuff. In the 70s, they started making them with plastic black bumpers and basic wheels. Very boring. Didn't look as good. In the 70s, it was something if you wanted to or not. Can I post a link to the logo? It won't let you post a link to it, but you can probably put it on the Discord. You can probably post the link in Discord. I think it'll let you do that. There you go. And if for some reason that doesn't work, you can always post it to me in a message on Twitter. If for some reason the Discord doesn't let you do it. That was kind of quick for a logo. All right. Let's see, did I work on this level somewhere? Let's see. Yeah, we did that. We did that part, so I guess we'll start right here. You must been a Chevy logo. What? I have no idea what that means. He was actually talking about a logo for me. Sorry, it must be an A Chevy logo. Sure. I have no idea what you're saying still, but okay. We were talking about logo. We were talking about cars, but that's not what the logo is about. The logo is about something for me to use on my social media or channel or whatever. He was going to design me a logo, or yeah, that's what we were talking about. No, I couldn't legally use a Chevy logo anyway, because Chevy owns that. Not that I would profit off of it, but you know. Because I'll tell you right now, I've lost way more money streaming than I've ever made. By thousands of times, I've lost more money than I've ever made. Let's see here. Streaming equipment is expensive, even when you shop for bargains. Of course, if I was going to run it as a serious business, I would probably use a lot of the equipment as write-offs, so, you know, there's always that. If I was serious about running it as a business, which I'm not, so. So is trucking equipment? What? Are you talking about the aquatic update? Is that what you're talking about? The aquatic update? Is that what you're saying? Aquatic update? Sorry, equipment is yeah, you lost me. I have no idea what you're saying. Try again. You lost me on that. Oh, so is trucking equipment. Oh, do you truck equipment? Whoops. Good thing I carry a spare. Oh, I got you buying like trucking equipment. Yeah. Yeah, semi trucks are extremely expensive. It's like I couldn't believe what some of those semis cost. It's like, holy crap. It's like you can buy a Ferrari cheaper than some of those semis cost. It's like the Peterbilts. I've known some people that do like outfitting for for semi trucks, and it's like, holy crap, dudes! Like you charge that much to outfit like sleeping sections and all that and trucks, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, it's like it's multi-million-dollar business. Like, holy cow. Yeah, in fact, if I remember correctly, I think I may have gone to high school. Somebody's dad owned one of those really large Peterbilt outfits, and dude was sitting pretty. Your newest truck was 450,000. Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it. Yeah, I've known people who have spent that on top of what the truck costs just to outfit it with specific things in the sleeping quarters and all that kind of stuff, like the extended, I guess they call them extended cabs and semis, I don't know. It's like, yeah, we spent, $400,000 getting this updated to have this, this, and this, and it's like, holy crap. It's like, where do you come up with that kind of money for that? Loans. I was like, how long does that take to pay off? It's like, holy cow. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do trucking. All those long hauls would get to me. All those long hauls would get to me. Plus when I was in high school, when I had my first car wreck, I was in the hospital waiting to get checked out by a doctor, and a guy sitting next to me was like in tremendous pain. And I said, I asked the guy when he stopped screaming out in pain, you know, I was like, dude, what are you in for? It's like, he was like, kidney stones. So I was like, holy cow, man. It's like, are they that bad? He's like, yeah. He said, trust me, kid. So don't ever take up trucking. I was like, really? He said, you're a trucker? And he's like, yeah. He's like, sit on my ass all day in a truck. He said, that's why I got all these kidney stones. Like, don't ever take up trucking. I was like, okay. So I never even thought about it again after that guy screamed in pain for so long. It's like, yep, trucking is not for me if it's that painful. Mainly you spend, yeah, engines are very expensive anyway, but yeah, it's like, I can't believe what people have spent outfitting those trucks. I know, like race car drivers especially, since I'm in the South, you know, we occasionally come across people that have outfitted semis for their NASCARs, and they also have sleeping quarters sometimes in the trailers, and some of those are really fancy, really fancy, nicer than a lot of people's houses. I met a guy that was a head mechanic for I forget which big NASCAR driver. Who was it? Was it Bill Elliott? He may have been the head mechanic for Bill Elliott for many years. I can't remember now. One of the big NASCAR drivers, anyway. He used to drive for Richard Petty. Yeah, he used to be a head mechanic for one of them. I can't remember which one it was. Like, I knew the name when I heard it, but I'm not a big NASCAR guy, so I don't really know. I don't really know the names and immediately go, oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. But I just recognize the name sometimes. But anyway, he was retired. And he was talking about some of the trucks and stuff they had, because they had I think they had 2 cars they hauled everywhere or something like that. And it was quite amazing, some of the stuff they talked about money wise, you know. Can't remember all the details now. Oh well. You met Richard Petty? Yeah. I had a friend of mine that was he got to go down and be on the pit crew for one of the guys that's racing now. He's a big fan, and he got to go work on the pit crew for it's one of the drivers everybody hates, but he's a big fan. Can't remember the name of the guy now. A lot of people don't like the way he drives, but a friend of mine's a big fan, and he got to work on the dude's pit crew, one time in, what was it, Bristol? I think he went to Bristol. If I remember correctly. He was very, very excited about that. I'm not sure if I've met any NASCAR drivers myself. I wouldn't know half of them if I met them, so. I don't really follow NASCAR, so. He was a big fan, though, so he always talked about it. It's like, yeah, I got real excited because he got to go to, he's like, man, I'm going to Bristol. And it's like, yeah, what are you going to Bristol for, NASCAR? And he's like, yeah, it's like, I get to be on the pit crew with so-and-so. And it's like, sweet. It's like, that's got to be a dream come true for you. He's like, oh, yeah, pit crew for the day. Came back, he had like, they gave him like a t-shirt and hat and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of funny too, because he was it's a short driver. I don't know if you're up on the current NASCAR drivers. I know he's a short guy. Because my friend was short, my friend looked a little bit like him. In a certain light, he looked a little bit like him, and I think that's one of the reasons he was a big fan. And I can't remember the name of the driver now. I think he used to do backflips off the car when he won. Something like that. If I'm not mistaken. If that helps. Can't remember the name of the driver now. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan myself. But anyway. All right. Daylight. All right. Yeah, it's going to take a little while to get all this replaced. It's going along pretty good, though. It doesn't help you much. Yeah, I'm not a big NASCAR guy either. So, I mean, I know the name Richard Petty and I know what he looks like, but that's only because he's been around for forever and a day. Yeah, I think he used to drive like a Roadrunner back in the day. I think one of my first slot car tracks had a Richard Petty car on it. I think it was like a baby blue Roadrunner slot car, if I'm not mistaken. I seem to recall it may have been Richard Petty's car, but I'm not sure. Good old day of slot cars. Remember that? Does anybody remember slot cars? Everybody's like, slot cars? We play video games these days. I think they still make slot cars, don't they? Well, Distended... No, not really. Not really. But thanks for offering. Why, do you want one in yours? Let's see here. Oops. It's an interesting way to greet people. Yeah, I didn't understand that. It was an incomplete sentence. You're a girl? I don't know too many girls that talk like that. You mean to say you're girlish? You're a 16-year-old. Well, you're old enough to know better, right? Yeah, if you're gonna troll, spell correctly. Use complete sentences, otherwise we don't know what you're saying. Would you even know what to do with one? It's I, not I, thanks. Yeah, I with the big eye. Damn it, Mag, I almost had a date there. Come on. Probably way too young. Probably way too young. From judging from the spelling, it was either a public school student or somebody much younger than 16. I'm thinking probably an 11-year-old boy, probably. It sounded like an 11-year-old boy. That's how 11-year-old boys talk. Jailbait. Not my demographic, so to speak. I've always preferred older women, so I don't even think I could date a 20-year-old anymore. I wouldn't know what to talk about with them. You know, it's like nothing in common. It's alright, give it a few more years, we'll all have robots anyway, right? Be the robot revolution. Right? All these girls that want to be Instagram models, do they even understand what Instagram models have to do for those trips to Dubai? I mean, seriously. Those trips aren't free. Those guys that pay for those trips for those girls to go to Dubai and take all those pictures in those fancy hotels and stuff, they're wanting some pretty nasty stuff in exchange for those trips to Dubai. I don't know why anybody would want to be an Instagram model. That's disgusting. I'll let you guys do your own research on that. I don't want to break terms of service, but the girls have to do some pretty nasty and really perverse stuff to get those trips. It's like, screw that. That's like, ew, I wouldn't touch you after that. It's like, no thanks. I don't care how hot you look in your pictures. I still wouldn't touch you after somebody did that to you. It's like, ugh. No, thank you. Have some self-dignity. Yeah, 20-year-olds, man, they're just like, girls, they're just like on the Instagram, taking selfies all the time. No, thank you. Hoping to be the next Instagram model. You need a world edit tool. Now that defeats the whole purpose of being a builder. If you gotta use the computer to generate your build, you're not a builder. You're a CAD designer is what you are at that point. You're a CAD designer at that point. Builders do one thing, one block at a time. I love that people are like, yeah, we built this city. We built this city with World Edit. It's like, you use CAD. You use CAD, you cheat. That's not building. That's using CAD. It's like, I went to college with people that use CAD. Design cars and stuff like that. It's the same stupid thing. Type a few dimensions into the computer and it does all the work for you. It's like, forget that. That's not building. If you didn't place all the blocks yourself, you're not building. You're CAD designing, but you're not building. It's like, oh, we go back and put in the details. It's like, psh, you're a decorator? It's like, I'm sorry, but All my builds are like one block at a time. See yourself more as a Minecraft architect? There you go. If you can't remember the dial tone of dial-up, there's the door for dating me, right? I know. See, I date back to pre-internet days, so last time I dated, there was no internet. Used World Edit only once on your PC to make my friend's server, but besides that, I play Xbox. There you go. You better get Tinder. No, I heard Tinder. I heard Tinder's out of date now. People have moved on from Tinder. Because there's a guy I work with who's just getting back in the dating scene. He's getting divorced, you know. He's just getting back in the dating scene. I said, what are you on Tinder now? He's like, no, Tinder's last year, man. Nobody uses Tinder anymore. I'm like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, he mentioned like two new ones. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, nobody uses Tinder anymore. It's like Tinder apparently has turned into like girls looking for attention. He said, the way he explained it to me, is like Tinder is basically girls get on there and they post their Instagram pictures, and then they try to get as many guys as they can to talk to them without actually going out with any of them. So it's like they'll start all these conversations and see how much attention they can get from guys. It's like a way of them developing, self-worth out of having a bunch of guys follow over them. So, yeah. One Night Wonder app, no dating app now. Yeah, well, some people still use it for hookups, I guess, but yeah, mostly what Tinder is used for here in the U.S. now is girls just wanting to get guys' attention. You know, they feel like they have some worth if like 50 guys are wanting to like swipe right or whatever. Or who's the daddy? I don't know. A lot of catfishes? I wouldn't know. I have to rely on information. Dude showed me a couple of pictures of a couple of girls that were talking to him, and I was like, there's no way that those are real. Because dude's not that good looking. So it's like he showed me a couple of these. They look like Russian brides, really. But he's like, yeah. He said, yeah. I've already discarded a couple of them because they couldn't. One of them was like, one of them was telling him that she was from Chicago, and he's like, oh, what part? And she goes, Illinois, which is the state. It's like she didn't even know the sections of Chicago. So he's like, yeah, I figured she was probably outside the country. He said she couldn't even spell anything right. It's like, yeah, that's probably somebody from another country faking like they're an American on Tinder. So, but yeah, we didn't have dating apps when I was dating. Didn't have anything like that. It's like you either had to go to a bar for a hookup, or you just had to meet somebody at either at work or places where you hung out, dance clubs or whatever. BBS, Sysugs. I don't know. See, I didn't start getting into BBSs until I was already married, so that's kind of when BBSs became a thing, was when I first got married, so I was already out of the dating scene by that time. Most of my dating was like early 90s, late 80s. That's when I did most of my dating, so... Sysops and user groups, yeah. What am I remaking? I am remaking one of my old builds called Aquatica. Yeah, I just ran into one of my lights there. I need to replace these two. Haven't quite decided what to replace these with yet. I'm thinking about maybe using glass. Let's see. Maybe dark blue glass pane. Let's see. See how this looks. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that better.
Well trained, my young apprentice.
And thank you for the phone. Yeah, I think this is looking pretty good right here. Let's see how this looks.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice.
And thank you for the follow. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that better. Yeah, basically it's just updating an 8-year-old build is what I'm doing. Because I built this on the 368 years ago. And it definitely needs some updating. Definitely needs some updating. Yours was in the late 70s, early 80s, yeah. I didn't date in the 70s. I dated in the 80s. That's when I started dating, is in the 80s. Later 80s, early 90s. And then I was married. So mid to late 90s I was already married, so I was like out of the scene by then. So yeah, internet wasn't a thing. I didn't get to be a thing until I was in college. Married and in college, getting my computer degree. That's when the internet was becoming a thing. So, oops. There we go. Yep, I like that a lot better. Yeah, the wife does nag if you date now. Very true. Kind of frowned upon. Kind of frowned upon. It's like I said, give it another 10-20 years, it'll all be robots. Although it was funny, I was reading an article the other day. Japan's all worried about the reduction in marriage and the reduction in new children in Japan. And they're like, it's all the fault of robots in Japan, is what they immediately jump to. It's like it's the fault of the robots. It's like they're already blaming the robots on the lack of children, the lack of marriage in Japan. It's like, really? That's where you immediately go to? That's the problem? Might be a result, but it's not the problem. It's probably where people are leaning, because it's a lot less stressful. I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of the young people are so self-centered, you know. They're posting selfies, they're staring at their phone all the time. I couldn't date somebody like that. Heck no. Robots are just computers, yeah. I guarantee you, you'll see a lot more about robots replacing women in the future. There's already groups that are lining up to like oppose the whole movement. I don't make what? Talking about the glass panes? Glass panes are easy. You just stack them just like that. See, if I put one out to the side, it'd make a regular glass pane like that. But since there's just one, it just makes a line just like that. Very easy. Your world, I made this one like 8 years ago. I'm just updating it now. I made this on the 360. This is a basic little 2-week build. This is nothing. It's a basic build here. simple shapes, making a simple structure. I'm probably going to expand this a bit though. Probably gonna add some more stuff. I actually started. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, out this way. I actually had started on a new structure out here. I never got finished.
They will be no match.
And thank you for the follow. Southern Pacific GS4. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, that's another structure I had started at one point, but never got very far with it. I may redo that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Oh, famous steam loco in Oregon that operates today. Well, I love steam locomotives. Actually built one of those on my other creative map. It's famous, yeah. No doubt. Alright, let's see. I think we left off on this one. Yeah. Yeah, I like steam locomotives quite a bit. My grandfather worked for L&N Railroad many years ago. When he first started off working on railroads, I think they were still using steam back then. But yeah, he was a railroad guy. Always had electric trains growing up. When I was a kid, always had a train set. I always preferred the steam locomotives. Big boy, yeah. Yeah, kids today, they probably don't have train sets like they used to. I think you have to pretty much go to a hobby shop now to get a train set. When I was growing up, every little boy had to have a train set. That was just a given. That was like a staple of life. Haven't seen the GS4 in person? Yeah. Yeah, well, everything can be gotten online. But I mean, if you want to find one, if you go to like, well, I guess we don't have Toys R Us anymore, but but if you go to, say, Walmart, you probably wouldn't find a train set in there anymore. When I was a kid, there'd be a whole section of just train stuff. And models too. You don't see models in big box stores anymore either. You have to go to hobby stores for models now too. I was big in building models when I was a kid. Well, now every little boy needs a gaming console. They don't really need a gaming console. It's like all of them have one, but there's a lot to be said for train sets, man. Train sets were pretty awesome. Still pretty awesome. I probably still got my last train set around here somewhere. Yeah, you're lucky if there's a dedicated hobby store that has trains. Yeah, no, everything these days is like everybody's buying what do you call them? Not rovers. What do you call them? Not gliders, not helicopters. They're kind of like helicopters. What do you call them? Drones. Everybody's driving drones these days. It's like I was looking at these camera drones. They had these camera drones at Walmart the other day. It's like there were like half a dozen camera drones to choose from. Really fancy ones that just a few years ago were like a couple of $1,000. They're like under $200 now. It's like, holy cow. All of yours is in storage. Yeah, I've got a train set around here somewhere. It's probably boxed up upstairs, but I've still got my train set from when I was a kid. I still have all my stuff from when I was a kid. I was very meticulous with all my stuff, so I still have all of it. And what was that? Bacon Norpeak donated $1. Thank you very much. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So yeah, my train stuff's probably upstairs. I don't know if I still have my slot cars though. May not have those anymore. What scale? Mine were mostly HO. When I first got married, I wanted to build an outdoor garden with a G scale train, but never got around to it. Never got around to it. Maybe someday. And Bacon Norpeak, thank you for another $1. And a third $1. Thank you for that. You gonna do $1 at a time? Let's see. Building with the third and second smallest scale, which is in, so it's hard to put steam engines on the track. Yeah, I can imagine so. I've seen some of those little, was it the Z scale? It's really micro tiny. I've seen some complete, and thank you for the follow. Yeah, I've seen some Z scales, like you can get a complete train set in like a briefcase. And it's got like, you open it up and it's like a miniaturized town with a train that goes around it, and they'll even have like a tunnel through a mountain and all that kind of stuff, and it all fits inside of a briefcase because it's so tiny. Microscopic almost. But they're kind of cool. They're kind of cool. Some of them got a lot of detail in them. The little Japanese model makers make some amazing micro scale buildings and stuff. As new Double T, yeah, I don't know. I've been tempted to get some of just the little Japanese models they make that are super small and build some of those, because every once in a while I see a model kit, I'm like, yeah, I want to build that, so I'll buy the model kit, and I never get around to building it. I was doing miniatures for a while, but my eyesight got bad, and I quit doing them. I was doing those little, in fact, do I have one on my desk? Let's see. I forgot what I did with the little guy. They're very small, so it's easy to lose track of it. But I had one that I had painted out, and I thought I put it on my desk, but I guess not. I don't know, I'll have to look around and find it again. And thank you for the follow. But yeah, it's just a tiny little figure. I mean, they're only about, I'll show you about how big they are. About yay big. That's not a figure, that's a nut. But that's about how tall the whole figure is. You know, a little tiny microscopic figure. And you have to paint them with these really tiny little paintbrushes, and you have to do them in layers. There's a lot of washing and blending and all this other stuff you do with them. And before you even do that, there's like filing and then primering and all this other stuff you got to do. It's like really involved and takes weeks to just do one little figure. No, they're smaller than 2 inches. Most of them are measured in millimeters. They're very small. They're usually less than an inch, usually. But yeah, they're about the size of that little nut right there. About that size right there. About how tall the figures are. But I have a few of them. They do make some bigger ones. I mean, they do make some that are quite large. They have like full size. Well, when I say full size, they're like dragons, but they're about that tall. They have a lot of details. But I was working on those until my eyesight got pretty bad. And it was giving me tremendous headaches to work on them. I'd have to get me one of those lighted what do you call them? Spy glasses to work on them now. But I got some pretty cool figures. I wish I had some of them within reach, but I don't at the moment. I think they're all boxed up. But I thought I had one on my desk, but I don't see it. I don't know where he's gotten off to. I had a little martial artists that I painted up some years ago, and he was pretty much done. In scale the size of your finger, yeah. For the trains, yeah. Yeah, they're tiny. That's really tiny. So apparently they got one smaller in Z now, so I haven't looked at trains in quite a while, so I don't know what all is out there. I just occasionally see some of the models they have. They're pretty cool. I've got a few HO scale models I want to build at some point. Really, really nice looking buildings from like 30s and 40s that just look amazing. I picked them up for like a song clearance somewhere. It's like, that's a really good looking model. I still like to fiddle with models every once in a while. Used to build a lot of World War II planes when I was a kid. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Let's go ahead and replace all these. Ooh. Get my alignment right. There we go. Yeah, this build's already starting to look 100 times better with the new blocks. Used to build in with your dad? Wow. Yeah, those are tiny buildings. Yeah, most of this, like I said, the trains I had when I was growing up were all HO. I wish I'd had the room to get into the G scale, but pretty much almost got to do G outside because it's so big. Remember wiring switches? Yeah, the lights and stuff. Yeah, I thought about getting some. I don't know if you've seen it, but Japanese have like a new model type they call paper models. They got a few of them on Amazon. Kind of interesting. Usually they're like either like a sushi shop or flower shop or something like that. But basically it's a kit that comes to you, and most of it's like paper, but you got to do all these artistic and creative things with the paper to create all these different designs. So there's certain types of paper you got to like roll up and make little seagrass out of and all this other stuff. It's really interesting. I say seagrass, I actually mean was it seaweed wrap for the sushi rolls and stuff like that. There's like all this different stuff you got to do. It's really interesting. There's a couple of videos on YouTube about it. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see what I can find here. Papercraft, I think is what it's called. I see a lot of Minecraft papercraft. But, yeah, there's these models. There's one of a papercraft gun. That's interesting. A little papercraft skull kit. The ones I've seen are mostly like Japanese buildings and things. And it's really kind of interesting to watch some of the build videos of those things. They're really fascinating. Gotta pick up a load of coffee at 6 a.m. All right, well, good luck with that. Hope it goes well. I would need some coffee at 6 a.m. Good Lord. Way too early for me. Unless I'm still up. That's a little different. Whoops. That's the wrong block. There we go. Coffee table and yeah, I've seen those. Very cool. Like I said, I think it started off with briefcases, and then there's all kinds of neat things people have done with the things. I always thought if I ever built a house or designed a house, if I had the money, to actually design exactly what I wanted, you know, not be constricted by the norms of, you know, build code and all that. I always thought it'd be cool to not only have like a train track that goes throughout the house, kind of like a la Mr. Rogers, you know, where the trolley would go from one room to another, that sort of thing. Have like something like that built into the house. But I also thought it'd be cool to have like a waterway built into the house, so you have like flowing river that goes through the house, so you could do like boats and stuff too. I mean, like life-size boats, you know, not huge boats, but you know, if you got in a small little boat, you could actually float through the house. That would be very cool. I just always had weird design ideas like that. It's like, yeah, that would be really cool if you could do something like that. Because I always liked those water rides, you know, like Pirates of the Caribbean type water rides, you know. Very, very cool. You just have a boat that like floats through the place. If you want to have a lot of people following you in New York, well, you're driving a truck, you mean? Well, trust me, when you're driving the semi, most people are afraid of you. Most people are intimidated by the truck. But I understand what you mean. People are crazy on the roads these days. Me, I usually hang back from the semis and just match speed with them is what I usually do. Get a little of that long distance drafting action. I find or drifting. I think I call it drifting in NASCAR, don't they? Get that long distance drifting action behind the semis. I actually did a test from that driving across state one time. I was just curious as to how much gas I could save by drifting behind semis. Unless you're holding coffee. And I actually saved about I forget how many gallons of gas drifting from one side of the state to the other, because I made that trip quite a few times when I moved out to Memphis for like 8 years. When I first moved down there, for 3 months I was down there by myself, while the wife was trying to sell the house. So I would drive across state to go back and be with the wife and kids and get stuff and take it to my little apartment in Memphis for about 3 months until they moved out there. So I make that trip quite a few times, and I would sometimes experiment with things just to kill the boredom. I actually drifted behind semis one time, and made it pretty much a habit after that, because I saved quite a bit in gas. Just getting sucked along by the truck in front of me. That truck would pull off, I'd just get behind another one. Worked pretty good. Shared a picture of your N-scale J-class in images. Oh, okay, cool. I'll check that out. Let's see. Let's see. Your images. There's something about bread. Coway Potato posted something about bread. I'm not sure what that means. What is that? Is that... Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, it's kind of blurry, but yeah, it's very tiny. I was like, is that a plate of food? What is that? And it's like, oh, wait, there's a train there. There's a train there. I see that. Oh, okay, there we go. Scroll down a little bit. There's some better pictures. Yeah, those don't look bad at all, man. I never had a steam engine like that. I had the Old West style. That's more of that steam engine there looks like it's from the 30s or 40s. I always had the Old West type steam engines when I was a kid. I like the 30s and 40s ones, though. Have you gotten a chance to ride on some of the steam engines? I've gotten a chance to ride on some of them. In fact, I rode on one that was used in, I think it was The Gambler with Kenny Rogers, if I'm not mistaken. I got to ride on the train they used in that movie, which is pretty cool. And let's see. There's a few others I got to ride on too, but I couldn't tell you where they all are. Retired in the 1960s. She was built last in the U.S. in the 1950s. Stored in the 80s and retired again in 94, but then was running again. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go to Europe sometime and ride some of the steam engines that are still around there. And surprisingly enough, there's Asian countries that still use steam engines quite a bit, although they're starting to disappear too. I saw some documentary not long ago that was talking about if you still wanted to ride some of the great steam engines, some of the Asian companies or countries still use them, but even they are starting to disappear these days. It's kind of a shame. I don't remember the names, man. I just know that I've ridden a steam engine that the guy that gave us the tour of the thing before we got on board. Ride around the countryside and the thing. He's like, yeah, this was used in The Gambler, and they had one of the doors that Chris Christopherson had broken down in the movie, I think, and they were real proud of, like, yeah, this is the door Chris Christopherson broke down in the movie or whatever. It's like, oh, okay. Never saw the movie. God, I don't remember, man. So many places I've been as a kid, to be honest with you, I can't remember them all. I couldn't even tell you if they're still where they used to be. But I've been all over, what's the movie name again? The Gambler with Kenny Rogers. There was apparently a train scene in that. They used a couple of passenger cars and a locomotive. This place had at the time. I've been to a lot of places where you can ride trains because, like I said, my grandfather worked for L&N, so my dad was a big train enthusiast, so we went a lot of places in the country where you could actually go and see some of the great trains and at times even ride them, so... They used to have a steam train they'd fire up around here every once in a great while, but I don't know if they do that anymore. There's an old caboose right down the street from me at a museum. I pass it every day. There's no trains there other than the caboose. Looks like it's an old red caboose. See, how are we doing for time? Yeah, we're okay so far. Okay. Three, two, 1, 1. Okay, yeah, we're looking all right. Yeah, it was The Gambler. Heck, where I live at the museum, there are only 3 steamers. Rest are diesel. Yeah. Been to Chattanooga a number of times. Growing up in the museum there. And, of course, I've been to I've ridden train at Dollywood. Used to be, when I was a kid, it was Silver Dollar City. And then Dolly Parton bought it. But they've got a nice steam engine there. I've ridden a few times. What else? I can't remember if I rode a steam engine near Chattanooga or not. Somewhere near Chattanooga, there was a steam engine I rode. And I know there's some place in North Carolina where you can go on day excursions. They have several different train rides. Forget what they call it. But they have like you can, depending on what you're willing to pay, they have like various meals and various cars you can ride in. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's somewhere in North Carolina. I can't remember the name of the town. I always thought it'd be cool to travel there someday with the wife and go ride one of those, because I don't think she's ever ridden one. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know all the models of train. Yeah, you see, he keeps throwing all these names of trains at me. I don't know what any of them are. I'm not a train expert. The J is the picture you showed me? Oh, okay. But yeah, they have like, they do like a Polar Express, like in the movie thing around Christmas. And what else they do? They have spring and summer rides. But they have different classes of cars you can travel in. They've got like the open car you can travel in for a certain amount of money, and you basically feed you a can of soda and a PJ sandwich, PB&J sandwich. And you can go all the way up to sitting in a dining car, you know, with glassware and silverware and all that kind of stuff. Real fancy dinner type thing if you're willing to pay for it. Berkshire? That name sounds vaguely familiar. I think I've heard Berkshire thrown around a few times growing up. I never knew that much about trains. I just know there's diesel and steam engines pretty much. And then, of course, I knew a lot about the General. My grandfather was a big fan of the story about the General. No, Buster Keaton did a movie about it. Yeah, I know about the wheel classifications. I do remember that much about it. You've seen the train I built in Minecraft, right? It's probably not historically accurate, but... Oh, this is the first time on my channel? Let's see, do I have a picture of... Let's see, do I have a picture of the train? That's the plane. That's the castle. I don't have a picture of the train, do I? They don't have a picture of the train. Well, you know what? You know what? We can load it up real quick. Hang on. We'll load it up real quick and take a look at it. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Let's go over and take a look at the train. That's the train. Old number 7's what I call it. Your bank just froze your card. How funny. They probably saw those little microtransactions and like, that seems suspicious. That's usually what scammers do. They do like microtransactions to test your card. Most likely, yeah. Yeah, you'll probably have to call them and tell them that wasn't a mistake. That was me. I've thought about expanding this train out now that I have an unlimited world to do. Nice looking prairies. I don't know what you call this train. It's kind of like one I had when I was a kid. Little steam engine. And I thought, number 7, old number 7 would be kind of cool to do. It's a little over exaggerated, but you gotta remember I built this like 8 years ago. Yeah, it was the first and only train I've ever done. This used to be right up against the edge of the world in 360. This was literally right up against the edge of the world. It's like you couldn't go any further than this. Now that we got an infinite world, who knows what I can do with it. You're almost to 500 games on Steam. That's a lot. Yeah, a lot of things I need to come in here and work on too. A lot of things I need to work on. Hi yourself. How you doing? Most of them yet to play. Yeah, I'm same way with my Xbox games. I got tons and tons and tons of them I need to build, need to work on, play, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Did I leave a dog sitting there? I guess I did. Hey, fella. How long you been sitting there? You've probably been sitting there for 8 years, haven't you? You have 200 games on Xbox and only play 3? Yeah, I know, right? Yep, need to come back in here and work on some more stuff. I need to do some more planes too. I'll just let the bot take care of that. Bot will time me out here in a minute. Yeah, I need to do some more World War II planes too. Your bot does that too? Yeah, mine will automatically time people out. Yeah, need to do some more planes. Need to do some more vehicles. Well, this rain's kind of annoying, isn't it? So, guess I don't have. Oh, I do have commands on. Let's see. Weather. Clear. There we go. It's a little better. Need to come in here and do some experimentation with water systems too. There's a few things I've been curious to try out that I've heard work, but I have no idea. Let's see, there's one thing I want to try out real quick while we're in here, because this is kind of the experimentation area. Let's see, I've been curious about, somebody told me that if you put, let's see, a trapdoor, what am I looking for? I am looking for let's see, I need one of these, redstone lamp, and oh yeah, here we go, pressure plate. So somebody told me if you put a pressure plate on top of a lamp and then step on it, supposedly it would keep it on, but maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see here.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice.
No, I guess that doesn't work. That only works on PC, I guess. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, apparently that doesn't work on this, but apparently on the PC right now there's a glitch where if you step on a pressure plate on top of one of these lamps, it'll actually stay on. It'll act like a switch. But I guess we didn't get that on the Xbox, so oh well. Oh well. And then what was the other thing somebody was telling me? Oh yeah. They were telling me to use the seagrass to smooth out water. Let's try that real quick. Curious to see if that works. Apparently, for bubbles to work, Let's see if we can find it here. Where is the... See, is the magma that pushes up? No, soul sand that pushes up, right? Oh my goodness, let's just type it in. Soul. There we go. Let's do soul sand. And then we need a water bucket, right? Water buckets. There it is. See you, No Force. Have a good one. Alright, so supposedly, let's see, where's the grass block? Go ahead and grab a, here we go. I'll fill that in. Alright, so supposedly, yeah, I'll tell you what we're going to do here is we're going to put a couple of things to block the water. Let's see. Signs, I think, still block water, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, let's do sign. There you go. Okay, so I should block the water from coming out. So yeah, that makes the bubbles go up. All right, so all right. Apparently, if you want something to actually travel up correctly in bubbles, and this is probably high enough, everything has to be a source block all the way up. So if we do like that, and then we throw something in the water, it will not float all the way up or not float up properly. Well, maybe it works. I don't know. Maybe the Xbox is different than the PC. Everything apparently has to be a source block.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice.
So if you want to do like
They will be no
elevators,
match for you.
let's see if this works for us. Well, that shoots us right up, doesn't it? Alright, maybe that's not a concern on the Xbox. Maybe that's not a concern on the Xbox. So yeah, we can do water elevators now. That shoots us right up. And of course we use the lava if we want to go down. Let's see here. Nope. I just cleared my thing. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. So yeah, we're just going to assume lava will suck us down just like this shoots us up. So I guess we don't have to clear that. But apparently, on the PC, if you don't place water on every single level, they're not all source blocks and they don't work right. But we'll understand if you plant kelp. I don't think it'll let me plant kelp. I think you actually have to put a grass block down there or sand first, but kelp has to be on a source. Yeah, well, we put a source block right there. They should all be source blocks, but anyway, kelp. What I was going to say is kelp will make all the blocks source blocks. So if we do this, at least this works on the PC. I'm not sure about the Xbox. It may not matter on the Xbox. Mazda Speedway is my home. There you go. Yeah, Mazda hat. Yep. This is a new Mazda hat, actually. If you've watched my stream for a while, you've seen my old Mazda hat. This is actually a new one. I just got this one recently. Sand, that's what I was looking for. And we need a bucket of water. Let's see here. There we go. So, my understanding now. Come on. Oh my goodness. There we go. Bama or Auburn football? Neither one. I don't watch football. Never been a football fan. Pick one. No, I don't know anything about football, man. I'll be the first to admit I am completely without knowledge in football. All right, so see if we can find that sign again without having to do a search for it. Where are you at? Yeah, football. I consider football to be about as boring as golf or tennis. Just my opinion. All right. Yo, blow up that bus. Yeah, never been a fan of team sports. I prefer individual sports. All right, so supposedly, if you wanted this to be all source blocks, apparently this is true on the PC anyway. You could place. First, you have to put source block on the bottom, of course, like so. And you have to plant kelp, like all the way. Oops. Kelp all the way up. Maybe it doesn't work on the Xbox. But supposedly this would convert on the PC anyway. This will convert everything to source blocks on the PC version. Baseball or Minecraft? Definitely Minecraft. So yeah, I guess this doesn't apply to the Better Together update. But apparently on the Java version, that's how you'd make all these source blocks so your bubble pillar would actually work. Is you plant kelp and you just go up the thing and stack it and it'll turn everything up through there, a source block. Yeah, on this one you do have to place source blocks. On the PC version Java edition, however, kelp will actually convert water to a source block. So there you go. That's a big difference between Better Together and Java, apparently, as far as kelp and water goes. Who knows? Maybe that'll happen on here too. I don't know. Well,
You have been well trained, my young apprentice. They will be no match.
and thank you for the follow. All right. So yeah, apparently we don't have to go through all that on Better Together. It'll just automatically, magically. And let's go ahead and test out the lava just to be sure. Or magma block, I should say. It's not really lava, it's magma. Magma. Hot molten magma. See if we can find it here. Magma, there you are. Whoop. Yeah, it looks to me like it's sucking all the way from the top. Oh yeah. Looks like a champ. So yeah, there's working water elevators. That'll work. PUBG or PUBG. Your goatee is gone. I know, I shaved. I bought a new safety razor the other day. I went crazy with it. It's good to see this door still works. It's my grocery store. My grocery store doors. You're good at Minecraft? I do alright. Good to see a lot of the redstone stuff's still working. That's a good sign. I saw some new furniture designs too. I thought were pretty cool. I'll have to build those out at some point. Definitely saw some new cool stuff. What was the name of the YouTuber I saw do some cool stuff with some designs? I think it was Grian, if I'm not mistaken. Grian had some cool designs. I was like, oh, that's pretty sweet. I'll have to steal that. Build a strip club. You know, I actually had a friend that built a strip club in Minecraft. It actually looked pretty good. Poles everywhere. Yeah, I basically had one pole. He basically had one pole. But the inside of the building looked like a strip club. It was pretty funny. He's like, yeah, man. It's like, yeah, come see what I've been building. I was like, all right, I'll come take a look. He actually put a lot of effort into it. It was pretty cool. What's the name? I'm gonna follow. I don't know if he's even on Xbox anymore. That was a long time ago, man. I've been playing this for a long time. Why is that not loading right? Something doesn't look right there. Oh, there we go. Now it's filling in. That's better. One up, I'm two-store? Yeah. Probably not. Probably not. It's probably not too much I would change in this build. Actually came in here and put in sea lanterns when we first got them. I actually did an update on this a long time ago. When we first got sea lanterns, I came in here and updated this. A building can be the foundation. Yeah, I'll probably expand this out a little bit. There's a lot of little things I could do in here. Probably take advantage of a few light tricks and change a few things. Yeah, I came in here and did an update. I came in there and did an update on this one a long time ago. Not too much I'd change on that now. Don't care. I got all this room I can build now. Blow it up? No, that sounds like a you thing. Blowing stuff up sounds like a you thing. I don't blow stuff up. You gotta try and burn everything. Not on my map, because you won't ever get in here. Is there a mod with gravity? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Smash it. Probably update some of my window designs a little bit. Some of this has been updated a little bit. A few new blocks in here since then. I don't know how much I do to the castle though. Alright. There's my little cabin. My little fishing cabin right here. I have no idea what that was there for. I guess it's missing a door. Let's see. I wonder if that little thing meant there was a door missing. Let us see. We'll plop one of these down. Looks pretty good. It's my little working refrigerator. Working refrigerator. My map dispenser. Alright. Yeah, there's a few things we could do in dinner differently, I think. Gold apple. Yep. Home sweet home.
You have been well trained, my young apprentice. There will be no match for you.
Hey, finish this one sometime. And thank you for the follow. Alright. Well, I think that may do it for me, guys. It's getting close to time for me to head off. It's been good to be back, though. I'm glad my back's not hurting anymore, where I can actually sit down and do this for any length of time. So, yeah, we'll probably do this again tomorrow or the next night. I don't know yet. Just keep an eye out for me. Usually I start around midnight Eastern Standard Time. And, yeah, we'll get back in the swing of things, do some other games, too. I got all these games over here I gotta play. I got games in a game holder over here. I got games on the Xbox I haven't even started to play yet. So, yeah, I will see you guys next time. And we'll play something. And, yeah, I do have a YouTube. I upload everything to YouTube. Same name as my channel name. Alright, guys. We'll catch you next time. Y'all have a good one. Later.
Light up.